Hey guys, this is your favorite fashion instructor. My name is Bolaji and this is Reggie School of Fashion. In today's video, I will be showing you guys how to make a two-piece sleeve, which is also known as tailored sleeve, jacket sleeve, and suit sleeve. A two-piece sleeve is a type of sleeve that can be attached to a blazer, a jacket, a coat, and suits for both male and female. In this tutorial, you will be learning how to grade a basic sleeve pattern to a two-piece sleeve pattern, how to separate the underarm sleeve from the upper sleeve, how to reduce the undersleeve measurements, and add it up to the upper sleeve measurements. This and more are what you'll be learning in today's tutorial. If this sounds interesting, smash the subscribe button now and also give this video a thumbs up, as I will be seeing you in class after this timeout. In drafting a two-piece sleeve pattern, I will be needing a basic sleeve pattern, which I have here with me already. In case you don't know how to draft a basic sleeve pattern, or you are not sure if you are drafting it in a proper way, I have a well-detailed video on how to draft a basic sleeve pattern. The video is in two parts, part 1 and part 2. It is a well-detailed masterclass video which I sold on my website some times ago, but I decided to give this out to you, my lovers and my subscribers. So you can go back and watch this video in order to catch up with this particular tutorial. So when drafting a basic sleeve pattern, I explained in the video I was talking about, you can either have a cap height measurement on your basic sleeve pattern, or you have your bicep height measurement. So when you watch this video, you know the difference between the two. So when you are making your two-piece sleeve, you can either use a cap height or use your bicep height. It all depends on how much you want the shoulder to hide. Just like this particular sleeve you are looking at, this is a two-piece sleeve. So this is an example of a two-piece sleeve. So the idea behind the two-piece sleeve is, instead of having your sleeve as a single piece, you will be having it in two pieces. So this was cut in two pieces before I joined the two pieces together. So this is a seam and this is another seam. So this is a two-piece sleeve, and this is with high shoulder. So the shoulder is high because I used the bicep height measurement. So if you don't want the shoulder to be as high as this, so you can use the cap height measurement. So to get the bicep height measurement, to get the cap height measurement, everything is well explained in the tutorial of how to draft a basic sleeve pattern. So the link to the videos are available in the description box. After all this, the next step is to go straight to the grading of a basic sleeve pattern to make a two-piece sleeve pattern. So the first thing I will be doing is to fold my basic sleeve pattern. So I will be folding my basic sleeve pattern in such a way all my concentration will be on the center of the sleeve. So this is the center of my basic sleeve pattern. So I will be folding the two sides together like so, and I will make sure the two edges meet at the center. So I will be focusing on the center first and the upper part of the sleeve, which is the sleeve head. Okay, I will make sure they both meet like so, and I will secure this with my tape. So I will continue folding the remaining part of the sleeve gradually, and I will be taping the edges together as I'm folding. So I will be doing this until I get to the wrist measurement, so which is the hem line of the sleeve. Okay. Okay, so after taping the center like so, then I'll press down the sides of the sleeve of the pattern. So can you see? So after folding, this is what I have. After folding my basic sleeve pattern, the next step is to insert the elbow measurement. When drafting pattern for a two-piece sleeve, the elbow measurement is very necessary. It is important to take this measurement. So if you don't know how to take accurate body measurements, you don't know how to take measurement for the armhole, you don't know how to take measurements for the bicep, you don't know how to take the back measurement and every other measurement needed in drafting a basic sleeve pattern or any other pattern. I have a well-detailed video on how to take body measurement for male, and I have another video on how to take body measurement for female. So if you are applying this on a male jacket or on female jacket, I already make a provision for both male and female. So the links to these videos will be available in the description box as well. How to take body measurement for female and how to take body measurement for male. In inserting the elbow measurements, I will be taking the measurement all the way down, the value I have, which I've taken. So from the sleeve head, so I will take this measurement downward and mark the point. So that is taking measurement. But if you want to use a standard measurement, which is optional, I will be taking this from the second cuff point I have here on my basic sleeve pattern, and I will take the measurement I have all the way down to the wrist measurement. I will be dividing this into two and get the midpoint. Okay, this is the midpoint. Then from the midpoint, I will be coming up by 0.75. That is 3/4 of an inch. If you don't know how to locate 3/4 on your measuring tape, I have another video on how to read a measuring tape for pattern drafting. Here you will learn how to read every small lines you have on your measuring tape without rounding up to the nearest value you are familiar with. So this is my 0.125, this is 0.25, this is 0.5. So I'm going to 0.75, this point is 0.625, and this is my 0.75. So I can easily locate 0.75 because I already learned how to read my measuring tape. So it is necessary for you to learn how to read your measuring tape accurately. After getting your taking values and you are dividing these on your calculator, when you get the value, how do you want to locate them on your measuring tape? So in this video, I explained how you can convert fraction values to decimal and decimal to fraction. The link to the video is available in the description box as well. So this is the elbow point measurement I'm using. So I will be drawing this line downward. So just for the point to pass through the tapes I have on my pattern. Okay. So at this point, I will be joining another pattern paper together with this in order to continue in the drafting. Now I've joined another paper together with my basic sleeve pattern in order to continue in the drafting. So after drawing out the elbow point line, so which is here, so the next step is to move this line away from the center. This elbow point, I'll be moving it forward towards the front. So this is the back of the sleeve. So this is the back and this is the front. So I will be moving the elbow line away from the center towards the front. So this is because our arm is not on a straight line completely. It is a little bit bent towards the back. Because of this, there'll be more measurement for the back than the front. So what I'll be doing is from this point on the wrist line, I will measure 0.75. So this is why it is important for you to learn how to read your measuring tape. You will always have reasons for this. So this is half of an inch. So this is half of an inch and this is 0.75, which is 3/4. Then I'll take my ruler and connect this point to the elbow point. Okay. So this line is no more my elbow line. So this new line is my elbow line. So which means as the center of the sleeve is coming down from the sleeve head downward, when it gets to the elbow point, it bends and moves towards the front. So that is the exact shape we are trying to achieve. So after this, the next step is to redraw the wrist line. I have to redraw the wrist line because of the construction I did on the elbow point. So I'll be placing my straight ruler like so. I'm focusing on these 2 points. This is the front side, this point, and the new elbow point. By the time you align your ruler to connect these 2 points, the line will not be on a straight line with the earlier wrist line. But if I should concentrate on the 2 points I have on both front and back, I will have it like so. Can you see? But this time around, I'm focusing on these 2 points. So the wrist line will be on a slant line, not on a straight line. So this is what I have now. So it is slant a little bit slant. Okay, so I'll be extending the line outward. So can you see what I have? So I will reinsert the wrist circumference measurement because I've reconstructed the wrist line. And don't forget, this is now the center of the sleeve. And I must have equal measurements on both front and back sides. So the wrist measurement I'm using is 8 inches. So because the pattern is on fold, I will be separating the 2 patterns later. So I'll be inserting half of 8 inches on this line, which is 4. So I'll be having 2 inches on the front side and 2 inches on the back side. So from the center, which is the new elbow line I drew, I will measure 2 inches towards the front and also 2 inches towards the back. Then I will reconstruct the side of the sleeve. So can you see what I have now? It's like I'm subtracting away from the back and I'm adding to the front. So there's a subtraction on the basic pattern towards the back and there's addition on the basic pattern towards the front. So now we are done with the construction of the 2-piece sleeve. So the next step is to separate the upper sleeve from the under sleeve. In separating the upper sleeve from the under sleeve, I will be subtracting a particular value from the under sleeve. But for a quick recap, let me quickly explain what I have on the wrist. Every measurement I have from this point to this point, that is the wrist measurement. Every other spaces I have around here are no more in use. So this is not part of the pattern anymore up to this edge. So this is no more part of the pattern. So this is our pattern from this edge on the sleeve head downward towards this new line I drew down to the wrist line, to the new wrist line. Also on the front side from this point upward and up to this point on the sleeve head. So now I will be subtracting half of an inch away from the upper sleeve. Everything I have here, can you see what I'm doing? Don't forget I folded the basic sleeve pattern into 2. So this upper part I have, this one I'm moving, is the under sleeve measurement. In this case, it is a reverse. So not because this is at the top, it is the upper sleeve. The one at the top is the under sleeve, while the one I have at the back or downward is the upper sleeve. So this is the under sleeve measurement. So from the under sleeve pattern, I will be subtracting half of an inch. So I'm starting from the wrist. So from the wrist, I will be measuring 0.5, that is half of an inch forward. Can you see this is coming towards the center of the sleeve? So I will take the measurement upward like so. Then on the sleeve head as well, I will measure that same half of an inch. So I will measure the same half of an inch and I will connect with my ruler. Okay, so I'll be repeating the same process on the front side as well. Okay, so this line is no more in use for the under sleeve. So the former line is no more in use for the under sleeve, but the line is still useful for the upper sleeve. So I just crossed it out so that you don't get confused. So this is the former line I have for the side of the sleeve. Now the new line is what I'll be using in cutting out the upper sleeve. So now it's time to separate the upper sleeve from the under sleeve. But for a quick recap, what I have here, the 0.5 I measured inward is what I'll be cutting out for the under sleeve. As I said earlier, the under sleeve is what I have at the top. This is the under sleeve. So I'll be cutting this out now as the under sleeve. Okay, so this is what I have. So this is what I have for the under sleeve. So this is how it looks like. You can see the shape, you can see the bend we have towards here. It's also, it really looks like a human being arm. And I will label it as the under sleeve. The under sleeve. So when I'm ready to construct my sleeve, I will be transferring these on a fresh pattern paper. I will be shaping out the head of the sleeve. Every point where the edges meet, it has to be reconstructed. Also on the wrist line, you can see I have a broken point here, which I will reconstruct when I'm transferring it on a fresh pattern paper, like so. So I will have it on a straight line like so. So that is for the under sleeve. And I will come to the upper sleeve. My upper sleeve has been constructed already. So can you see the extra I subtracted from the under sleeve has been automatically added to the upper sleeve. So can you see what I have? All I need to do is just to cut along the line I have around here. Okay, and I will make sure my pattern is glued together with the new pattern paper. Okay. So now I'm cutting out the upper sleeve. So I'm turning my pattern so that it will be easier for me to cut. So I'll be cutting along this line, don't forget. So this is the new line. So this is what I have after cutting out the upper sleeve. So this is the 1/2 inch I subtracted from the under sleeve, which is here. So when I'm ready to construct the sleeve, I will be transferring this on a fresh pattern paper as well, and I will open up this subtraction I did on the under sleeve. I will open it up. So with this, I've added that 1/2 inch back to the upper sleeve. So this is the way I'll be cutting. So I'll open this up like so. I will open it up to just the way I'm having it. So I will transfer it on a fresh pattern paper. Okay, so this is what I will be having. So for the upper sleeve. So this is the upper sleeve. And this is the under sleeve. Also, after drafting your final pattern for the 2-piece sleeve, don't forget to add your seam allowance around the pattern before cutting it out on your fabric. So this is the allowance I will be using in joining the 2 pieces together. This is going together like so, while this is coming together like so. So after which I will have my sleeve as a single piece. So can you see? So for this side, this is the seam here, and the other side, so this is the seam. So after constructing your 2-piece sleeve, you will be having 2 seams on a sleeve like so. This is one, and this is the second seam. That will be all on how to draft a 2-piece sleeve. If you would like to see how I will be putting these pieces together to make a beautiful suit sleeve on a jacket, kindly let me know at the comment section, as I will be glad to receive your feedback on this. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't, so that you won't miss out any of my subsequent videos. Till I come your way again, always do remember, there is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs.